Much has been written about the explosive first week in Falluja. But the campaign to clear houses would prove much worse, much more deadly for Bravo. A terrifying door-to-door hunt for weapons, bombs, and insurgents.
They weren't soldiers or anything. They didn't want to fight us. They just wanted to kill us.
The Marines are convinced many foreign fighters are here. When sniper Kirk Bosselmann kills an opposing sniper, the scope they retrieve is the type favored by Chechen separatists. The insurgents seem united only by their hatred of Americans and a twisted vision of Islam.
You'd hear them praying as they were shooting. You'd hear them say their death prayer. It was very eerie.
One of Bravo's most respected Marines was not born in the United States. Corporal Gentian Marcu immigrated with his family from Albania to a house in Michigan and a home in the Marines.
Great guy. He was funny. He was always trying to make people laugh.
And of course, you always hear stories about, oh, he was a great guy, everybody loved him. I mean, literally everyone loved Marcu.
Gentian Marcu.
Before Falluja, he serves as interpreter during a company deployment to his native Albania. He sends his mother a picture from the family cemetery. She calls it bad luck, and that's something the Marines do not need.
Every door you go behind, you just hoping there's no one behind it. And you know you got to go through it, and you pray, and that's really all you can do.
In most houses, they find no one.
RPG rockets.
In about half, they find weapons, and in a few, they find elaborately concealed tunnels.
Just so they can, throw some grenades, take some pop shots, and just run under, 2 or 3 blocks.
But you found that?
Yes, sir.
But in the worst cases, insurgents hide with machine guns, grenades, and rockets, waiting until the place is full of Marines.
They knew how to spring an ambush. They weren't just random guys who saw an American and wanted to shoot. They waited till we hit a position. They knew what they were doing.
Thanksgiving. Marcu, Lance Corporal Jeffrey Holmes from Vermont, Blake Benson, and 2 other Marines are due to join everyone else a few blocks away for their first hot meal in weeks. They need to clear a last house. They step into the courtyard. Marcu approaches.
As soon as his boot touched that door, rounds from inside the house rained down on us. I was hit.
Coming through the door,
the windows, everything.
Perhaps a dozen insurgents have opened fire, driving the 5 Marines away from the narrow gate. The only exit. They are trapped.
Rounds just keep coming in. I hear from inside the house the insurgents screaming, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, God is great.
Chris Wilkins and others race to the courtyard. Blistering gunfire meets them.
They're yelling down to me, don't send anyone in there, don't send anyone in there. I'm like, wow, what's going on? Everybody's down.
Marines hammer the windows with shots to keep the insurgents back. Benson, his pants soaked red, grabs Marcu, trying to drag him away from the heaviest shooting.
They're lighting me up this whole time. I got hit in the head. Got really dizzy. I lost my bearing, hit the ground. At this point in time, I'm thinking, all right, I'm dead. This is it, I'm done.
Finally, a tank smashes the courtyard wall. Marines pour in to rescue their brothers. How many people came out of there alive, and how many did not?
Of the 5 of them, 2 of them were killed, and the other 3 were all wounded pretty bad.
Jeffrey Holmes and Gentian Marcu are dead. An airstrike obliterates the house and all the insurgents. It's no comfort. Benson has been shot in his leg, his foot, his head. He mourns for everyone else.
I wish things would have been done differently. I just blame myself for a lot of it, unfortunately, and I know I shouldn't, but I do.
Why do you suppose that is, when you know better?
Nobody deserves to die out there like that.
No one deserved to die like Lance Corporal David Hawk from North Carolina. He helped pull Marcoux and the others from the courtyard, but was shot himself the next day. He loved rock climbing, sent a pressed rose to his mother from the war. No one deserved to die like Lance Corporal Joshua Lucero of Arizona, a hard-working teenager who became a harder-working Marine. He was crushed on the first day when Lonnie Wells died. Now others mourn for him. And no one deserved to die like Kirk Bosselmann, the sniper who fought on after his friend Ski was killed. He had told his parents he did not expect to come home.
And he basically told me where he wanted his ashes scattered and who he wanted his things to go to. You don't want to believe it. I still don't want to believe it. I still have days where I think, well, Kirk's coming home. I just wish he'd hurry up and get here. Oh.
Bravo marks Thanksgiving weekend in solemn contemplation. David Huck had made a flag from a sandbag to record the names of the dead. His name and the names of the others are added to the growing list.
Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving.